going where Aguirre went yesterday and knocking Daly off, but Daly was smart. He ran down the bench. Playing for the last shot of the quarter. Triple team on Vinnie Johnson. It's Thomas with the shot and the hit with 2 seconds to play.
There's time here.
Vincent fires it up. So Isaiah Thomas hits 2 big baskets at the half and after 3 quarters, and that is the end of the third period with the score. The Pistons 64 and the Bulls 60, and we'll return to Chicago Stadium after this message and a word from your local stations. Remaining in the fourth quarter. Detroit getting a lot of points from the bench and from their backcourt. Thomas and Dumars in particular. Edwards fouled. That is the first team foul against the Bulls in this fourth quarter, and Michael Jordan now has picked up his 4th foul.
Well, this second unit with Isaiah Thomas has been, outstandingly productive. They're working down off of pick and rolls, and then they're working down inside in the post-up game to James Edwards or Vinnie Johnson coming off baseline pitch. Excellent execution.
Also with 4 fouls for the Bulls is Pippen, Cartwright, and Hodges. Edwards makes the free throws. So the Chicago Bulls relying on their starters for the most part. The Bulls outnumbered, the way to put it, against the great Detroit bench today. Cartwright working inside, fouled, missed the hoop, will go to the line. Second team foul against Detroit and the 3rd foul against James Edwards. But the Bulls have scored only 1 basket in more than 9 minutes.
Well, they've been able to keep them perimeter, Dick. And anytime that Michael is making his moves, they're trapped in early, forcing him to give it up. But the spacing of the Chicago Bulls, when 2 players are being guarded by 1, they are too close together, and they just cannot find that guy who is open.
Cartwright, who had 8 points in the game, has not scored in the second half and has only 1 rebound. The Bulls wanted to go inside, and they did to him early for a couple of hoops. He makes 1 out of 2. So the Pistons, who had their biggest lead moments ago with 7, now have a 6-point margin. With 3 minutes going by in the fourth quarter. Edwards playing a big game off the bench with 11 now. James Edwards. And it's an 8-point Detroit lead, and Michael Jordan has not been a factor for the Chicago Bulls offensively in this game. He scored 12 in the first quarter, only 3 since. Pippen misses a 3, Thomas the rebound, and you can feel this game moving more and more into the control of the Pistons.
Pistons have an awful lot of confidence in James Edwards. They go to him on either the right side or Vinnie Johnson to the left.
Thomas misses a 3. Rodman, loose ball foul. 2 fouls against Rodman. And the 3rd team foul against Detroit. But how will the Chicago Bulls solve Detroit's defense, Hubie, and get Michael Jordan free, not only to score, but just to get shots?
Well, they're changing their offensive looks. They're sending him to different areas of the floor, trying to find the right 1 or 2 plays that will free him up.
Thomas steals the pass from Grant to Pippen.
This is where your other 4 guys have got to come to the forefront, Dick.
Crowd's out of this game totally with the way the Pistons are playing. They've done it. Vinnie Johnson. Tipped away. 2 seconds on the shot clock. He gets it off in time. And here's Hodges. Thomas is staying with Jordan on this matchup situation. Feed to Grant. Fouled by Vinnie Johnson. And the 4th team foul against Detroit. And as we look at the time with 7:33 remaining in the fourth quarter, this is about where the Pistons seemingly were in control over the Bulls in game number 3. They have an 8-point lead there. They were up by 10, and then Chicago went to work.
Are we looking for that kind of dramatic TV again?
Well, no, but this is where. There it is.
That's what started it yesterday.
Pippen 3-point basket. 13 points for Hodges. He's hit 3 of them, 3 3-pointers. And the lead is 5. I was just trying to go back to the other game.
But yesterday it was their defense.
Vinnie Johnson comes back with 2. Double team on Jordan. Now Rodman picks him up. Hodges. This is a 3, and Vinnie Johnson out of the pack. Rodman from Vinnie Johnson scores, and now the Pistons a lot sharper offensively than they were on Saturday.
Timeout.
And a timeout called by Chicago with a 9-point lead for Detroit, their biggest of the game and the biggest for either side.
Now keep an eye on Dennis Rodman guarding Michael Jordan. This is the personality of the defense that we are seeing today. This is what is being allowed, and now it's up to you to change your game and make the adjustments to the way that the game is going to be called. The players must adjust, the coaching staffs adjust, and then you play within that type of a personality.
The Bulls scored only 13 points in the second quarter, 21 in the third, so far 7 here in the fourth quarter. Dennis Rodman having a whale of a game off the glass. Has been a tremendous spark today. A little more than halfway to go in this one. Jordan. This is the jumper, the rebound by Thomas. Pushing it up. Nine-point lead for the Pistons, trying to get it over that 10 mark.
They watch this high pick and roll.
With Edwards. Here's Edwards. Over Pippen. Cartwright the rebound. Outlet to Scotty. What I like about Jordan, he's not forcing it, even though he's not had a lot of shots or points in this game. 8 on the shot clock. Grant throws it away into the hands of Vinnie Johnson. So Grant's been a little careless with his passes inside today.
Well, what you're getting there, you had a major mismatch. Vinnie Johnson was playing behind Cartwright.
But the bad pass at the bad time gives Detroit another opportunity, and John Sally nearly took advantage of it. We'll call Sally for the foul, and the Pistons are in the penalty right now, and Michael Jordan will go to the line. Here is the Chicago scoring breakdown. They had a bunch early, but since then it's been drought city. Only 44 points in the last 35 minutes. Jordan has gone to the line 9 times. He has 16 points in the game and only 4 since the first quarter.
When teams take you out of your primary sets that have been good for you, then what you must do is explore other facets of your play call. Or take the plays to options 3, 4, and 5. You might have to go that far, but what happens then is that the other people must step to the forefront and get it done for you.
The lead is 7. Edwards. Thomas Johnson, that is, fouled. And I'll tell you, the whole story of this game is Detroit's offensive rebounding. The more you see it, their defense is always good. But if it's not Rodman or Sally, Johnson, it's somebody. And the foul on Pippen is his 5th. One more and Scotty's out of the game. And so far, Doug Collins has not made a move.
No, they have to stay with their prime guys right now. Vinnie Johnson, always tough on the offensive boards. But you know, Dick, you have to admire the confidence that Chuck Daly and the Pistons have by consistently running things and then going right to James Edwards. And you know, he hasn't been that big a factor point-wise in the series yet, but they know he can do it.
1 out of 2 for Vinnie Johnson. Only 5 today.
Plenty of time, 5 minutes.
It's an eternity in the NBA, 5 minutes. The lead is 8. Hodges. Loose ball. Vinnie Johnson has it with under 5 minutes to go. 77-69. The Detroit Pistons are showing the style that got them Those 63 wins this year. Best record in the league. Off the curl, Vinnie Johnson.